This is Operation Takeover.
Can you guess who today's heroes are? Well, I'll give you a clue. They often use one of these.
Are they professional hula hoopers?
No.
Did you guess it? We're about to take over the job of today's hero, lifeboat crew member Keith.
Keith is the boss on board the Southport lifeboat.
He's one of 40,000 specially trained volunteers in the UK who save anyone in trouble at sea.
Let's go, Keith.
This is not an easy job, but there are a few perks. I'm about 3 feet away from a dolphin. Whoa! Look at them there! Wow! That is amazing.
Unlike dolphins, humans aren't always great in water.
Keith, what kind of medical emergencies do you get out here then?
Boating accidents where the boats are sinking and capsizing. So it's hypothermia of anybody falling in.
Hypothermia is a dangerous condition where someone's body temperature drops too low. It's a huge problem if someone's stuck in cold water.
We get them on board as quickly as we can. We'll try and prevent the condition worsening, and then our main aim is to get them to emergency help as quickly as possible.
To get ready for our challenge, we need some training on how to save a person in the water.
The exercise starts with a dummy going overboard.
This bit doesn't feel very doctorish, does it?
No.
From the moment someone is spotted in the water,
Man overboard! Starboard side!
every crew member points to the casualty.
So the idea is that we point so that we don't lose the casualty position. And I have to say, I've just lost it. Hang on, where is it? There. Okay.
Concentrate, Zand. Keith then expertly manoeuvres the lifeboat so the casualty can be pulled on board, ready to treat any injury.
Hello, can you hear me? It's the lifeboat.
Finally, it's time to head back to shore. Hang on a minute. Where's Zand? Man overboard!
This is very embarrassing. You have to hold on.
As you can tell, it's very easy to have an accident at sea.
Sorry.
The lifeboat crew have an absolutely vital job. It's time for us to head back to shore and take over as lifeboat crew.
What's our challenge?
Mini Zan's going to be marooned in his boat over the other side of the pond.
What? Mini Zand is marooned? Chris, what will we do?
We're going to use our training, Zand. We'll launch the lifeboat, navigate through the treacherous waters, pass between the buoy and the jagged rocks, and finally safely manoeuvre the lifeboat next to Mini Zand.
Bit you.
We'll judge you on 3 things. We're going to have the safety of your boat and crew, the speed, and the safety of the casualty.
Chris, you're up first.
I'm using a rigid inflatable bolt. It's the Helmatic Arctic 24.
I just call mine Donna. What?
Are you ready, Chris?
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go. It's a good launch, good speed.
Ooh, excellent navigation through the dangerous waters.
Nicely done. Old Mini Zand probably doesn't even have a boating licence, you know. He hasn't been maintaining that boat. He's exactly like Zand.
Cheeky.
Right, he's approaching the casualty now.
OK, slow down. Slow down now. Slow down. Slow!
A bit of damage to the propellers there, I think.
At least I could administer first aid while perhaps someone else comes and rescues me.
Let's see if you can do any better, Zand.
3, 2, 1, go.
OK.
Good launch, quickly away.
Come on!
He seems a little bit slower, perhaps, approaching the buoy.
Where are you going, Zand?
Oh, hang on.
Come back! Watch out for those rocks.
Here we go now. I'm on track. Don't worry, Mini Zand. I'm coming to get you.
Not any time soon, by the looks of it.
A good direction for the approach. Let's see how he manages the casualty.
Wait, I'm almost there.
You've hit him!
Oops.
And again!
Rescued. Yes.
It was only a bump. I think I've got this one in the bag.
You need to think again. Keith, what's the verdict?
Safety of the crew. Chris was slightly ahead there. Zand clipped the rocks on the far side.
In the entire pond, there is only one rock.
Secondly, safety of the casualty. Zand, you hit Mini Zand.
Well, I must have been quicker than you, Chris.
Zand, unfortunately, he was slower, so I have to give it to Chris.
Yes!
In your face.
Well, I may have won, Zand, but what we've mainly seen today is just how important and difficult the work of the lifeboats really is.
And I think it's definitely best left to the professionals. Keith, we're going to give you your hats back, and you will definitely want these little boats because Mini Zand has planned his summer holiday next year in Southport. Might have to rescue him again. Right, I'm going to go and buy him some sunscreen.
One of Zand and my favourite activities in the summer is to have a barbecue.
And today, we're having my favourite, sausages.
But remember, a barbecue in the garden can also be full of potential danger. Don't stay out in the sun too long or you could get burned.
Not a worry for me, Chris. I never use anything less than factor 30.
All right, well, be careful when you're playing ball games, or you could hit someone on the head.
Not if you only use it for air guitar.
Well, in that case, we can get on and enjoy the barbecue. Zand, food's ready, sausages and piping hot beans.
Ah! My leg! The piping hot beans have burnt my leg.
Injury alert.
What should you do if someone is badly burned?
A. Never eat anything hot ever again.
B. Cool the burn with cold running water for at least 10 minutes, then cover it with cling film and call 999.
Or C. Shout out, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Well, the correct answer is B. Cool the burn with cold running water for at least 10 minutes, then cover it with cling film and call 999.
Let's see if this lot get it right. They've not had any advice, so they're winging it.
Go! Nicholas and Rohanna are both pretending that they've been badly burned. Quick, everyone, they need your help.
Okay, let's go.
They've used alcohol gel, which would be very painful if you had a burn.
They're putting on a gauze bandage right onto the burn. Not a good idea on a severe burn.
You have to take a picture.
So they've thought of using the phone, but unfortunately they've used the phone to take a selfie.
Okay, done.
Time to show you how it should be done.
Ah! Ow! It hurts! I burned myself! Remember, we're showing you what to do in an emergency, but it's always best to get an adult.
Don't worry, Zand, it's all going to be fine. We pour cold running water over it for 10 minutes using a hose like this.
That is the most important thing you can do because it reduces the temperature and it reduces scarring. So we do need to get Zand to hospital, and a good way of doing that is by calling 999. After 10 minutes of cold water, we then want to put cling film on and put it on the burn like that. So when you get a bad burn, you lose the top layer of skin, and that means you're at risk of infection, and so cling film acts like temporary skin.
Well, thanks, Chris. My burn's feeling better already. Right, who's ready to have another go?
So, if you see someone who's badly burned, you must
Use cold running water to cool the burn for 10 minutes.
cover the burn in cling film or a clean plastic bag to reduce pain and keep it clean.
Call 999 and continue to put cold water on top of the cling film until paramedics arrive.
How's the leg, Zand?
Oh, it's much better, thanks.
Good, good. What are you doing with these sausages?
Well, I've eaten mine. They were delicious, by the way, but I'm afraid yours got rather badly burnt, so I've poured cold water on them for 10 minutes, and then I wrapped them in cling film.
Now, did you know you have 10,000 taste buds on your tongue? And inside each one are up to 100 cells, all helping you taste everything from the sweetest cake to the spiciest chili.
That's amazing, and so's this.
An ordinary town with ordinary people. Well, except for one person. But what makes him so special?
Can I have an ice cream, please?
A lot of people like ice cream, Chris. Oh, is it that he's gone for boring vanilla when he could have had mint chocolate chip?
Oh, look forward to this all day.
No, in fact, this man is hiding an amazing body.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Make it stop! Make it stop!
This is Stephen Taylor, and he has the world's longest tongue. How long, you ask?
Well, I was just about to.
Well, his record-breaking tongue measures a massive 10 centimetres from the tip to his lip. That's as long as a sausage. So what's it like having such a long tongue?
The advantages of having a long tongue, well, I can eat a yoghurt without using a spoon. so it saves on the washing up.
So I think you may still have to wash that beard.
But although lizard-tongued Stephen could probably lap up an ice cream quicker than you, don't worry, you're not missing out when it comes to flavour. Because taste buds don't just live on your tongue. In fact, they're also at the back of your throat.
Kilo for kilo, the tongue is the strongest muscle in the human body, which makes Stephen's liquor the heavyweight champion of the tongue world.
Now that's amazing.
Now we're going to mess with your mind,
It's weird.
scramble your senses, and baffle your brain. In Mindbenders. This is Anywheresville, UK, and two ordinary workmen are going about their business fixing the pavement.
It's us. Today, we're testing the theory that people will do pretty much anything that someone in authority tells them to do.
And it works even better if you're wearing a uniform, which is why we're dressed like this.
We've got a fake building site and loads of hidden cameras. I've got a hidden camera in my glasses.
I've got a hidden camera in my clip, and that lady over there has got a hidden camera in that black bag.
Right, Zahn, let's get back to work.
Will people really do as they're told, no matter how silly?
If you guys are going to come through, can you turn sideways? Yeah, like this. And then when you walk through, just go like that. Just like that, OK? Just walk sideways like I am. Just like that. Just sideways like that, just because of the wet cement. Just go sideways. Thank you very much. Stay look. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Just go sideways like that. Thank you. That's perfect. Once you're through, that's great. Walk sideways and look at the concrete. You are doing such a good job. Great, and now walk backwards. That's ideal. Sir, if you're going to come through here, can you just go sideways? Just go sideways like that. Thanks very much. There, you're good now.
So what reason did people have for doing exactly what we told them?
They looked like they were builders, so we trusted them and did what they said.
If someone was dressed normally, I wouldn't have listened to them, but if you're dressed like in a state of authority, yeah, I would listen.
I walked sideways like they asked, and I thought, oh, I look a bit silly doing that.
Yeah, I just done it because it'd be nice, I suppose. Yeah.
We obviously thought because he was a man in uniform, we thought we was obliged to follow his orders.
I just thought it was a bit weird, but I did it anyway.
Yeah.
When people are asked to do something by a stranger, even if it's something they don't want to do, they'll often do it anyway, either out of fear of getting into trouble or because they want to please the stranger.
Right, Chris, should we get packed up and go?
Yeah, of course, let's go. Oh, hold on, Zahn. As you go past the concrete, I want you to turn backwards and then hop on one leg.
If you say so.
I love a good game of rounders. Oh dear. I think I'm going to need a bigger bat.
You might be right, Ronks. It's Dr. Ronks' world-famous How to Make Things Look Bigger trick.
All right, team, come on over! Fantastic. Do you lot want to see a trick? Which one of these bats is the biggest?
One in the middle.
So you think this one in the middle is the longest? Bottom is the biggest. What do you think? Which bat is the biggest? Top, middle, or bottom? Most people think the middle one is the longest. Am I right?
Yeah.
Well, unbelievably, all of the bats are exactly the same size. Who thinks that they know the reason why our eyes are fooling us into believing that they're all different lengths? Caden?
The way the balls are placed.
That's a really good answer. Ben?
It's an optical illusion.
Caden and Ben are spot on. Our brains have been fooled into thinking that all of these bats are different lengths. And it's to do with how the balls are placed at the end. And a lot of you thought that this one here was the longest bat. And that's because the balls are fanned out at the end. And that tricks the brain into thinking that it's the longest. Your eyes are drawn to the end of the balls rather than the end of the bats. When the balls are pointed outwards, it seems to extend the end of the bat, making it look longer. When the balls are pointed inwards, it reduces the size of the bat, tricking your eyes into thinking it's smaller. They're all the same length. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah! Forget about a bigger bat. I need loads of bats.
Nice try, Rogs.
How about you?
14.66 seconds.
Oh, really? So I was just trying 100 metres in 14.66 seconds, which, if I'm honest, is a bit below average. But there are some amazing athletes out there who can move their bodies at incredible speed, and their bodies are brilliant.
Meet Britain's fastest 12-year-old, Lily. Her 100 metres personal best is 12.91 seconds.
And she has won a lot of medals.
What is it about you that is making you so fast?
Well, I think it's down to the genes of the family. My nan was good at it, she was good at sprinting. My dad, he was a good footballer, and my mum as well.
OK, so you've inherited genes from your mum's side and your dad's side that have meant that your muscles are full of very fast-moving fibres.
Yeah.
OK.
When Lily runs, she generates power by lifting her knees high and striking her legs down hard.
But it's not just what we can see on the outside that's making Lily lightning quick. It's all to do with the fast twitch fibres in her muscles.
Muscles are made up of different fibres. You have fast twitch and slow twitch. Slow twitch fibres are good for endurance. Fast twitch fibres are for rapid movements, and they respond 3 times faster.
As a naturally fast runner, Lily has more fast twitch fibres than the average person, making her super speedy.
Lily's been born with a natural advantage, but so have lots of other people, and they don't all become professional sprint athletes. So what's the extra ingredient that's needed to become one of the fastest people on the planet? To find out, I'm meeting a gold medal-winning brilliant body.
This is Team GB hockey star Shona McCallan, MBE. She was part of the gold medal winning team at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games.
Like Lily, Shona's got lots of fast twitch muscle fibres making her fast, but there's more to her speed skills than that. What is it that sets you apart, that's taking you to that level where you can win an Olympic gold medal?
Obviously, you need to have raw talent, but what takes you to the next level is the mental side of it, the determination to be the best hockey player that you can be.
Can you show me a few skills?
I'll try. It's the stick, turn around and run back. We're going to do that 3 times. See who wins. Ready, steady, go!
I must win this. I must win this. I'm not going to win this, am I?
How did I get so far behind in such a short space of time? Starting to see why you have an Olympic gold medal and I don't. So how many times do you train each week?
Usually I train about 10 times a week.
It's a lot of training.
I've got faster as I've got older because that's something I've worked on. If you practice something again and again and again, you're going to get better.
The speed Lily and Shona generate is amazing. They've both got lots of fast twitch fibres in their muscles, giving them rapid bursts of energy.
But mental strength and determination is needed too, so they can become top of their game.
Can I see your gold medal?
OK then.
Can I try it on?
Yeah. Suits you.
It does suit me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I am going to head home and put my feet up because I've earned it.
Oi, Chris! That's my medal!
And now to our lab, where we put our bodies to the test to show you how your body works.
That really hurts.
Just don't try anything like this at home. Today, it's travel sickness. Now don't worry, Zahn's not attempting to dance. He's spinning on the spot, but it is for a reason.
Inside his inner ear, Zahn's got tubes full of fluid that send information to his brain about balance and movement.
And when I stop, the fluid keeps moving.
and this fools his brain into thinking he's still moving.
With the fluid in Zahn's ears telling him he's moving, but his eyes telling him he's still, his brain is totally confused. And the result?
I feel a bit sick.
If you feel sick in a car, that's because your brain is confused too. As you travel, your eyes notice everything passing by quickly and tell your brain you're moving. But because you're sitting still in the car, your ears think you're not moving at all. And these mixed messages don't just happen in cars.
But I'm about to take travel sickness to another level.
This aerial display team specialises in aerobatic moves that will be way more confusing for Chris's brain than when I turned on the spot or you travel in a car.
Do I have to do this?
Yes, Chris, you do. Meet Mark Cutmore. He's the pilot who's going to take Chris up for a spin. You might think it's an odd time for a spot of lunch, but that sarnie should help to settle his stomach for the flight ahead.
I just wonder if I'm going to be seeing the tuna and mayonnaise sandwich again over the cockpit window in a few minutes.
We'll soon find out. Safety gear on, it's time for Chris to take his seat.
Sick bag.
We call it a comfort bag.
Comfort bag.
Come on, Chris, up you go. And they're off. Chris is travelling at speeds of up to 250 miles per hour, and so far, he seems to be doing okay. But let's bring on the crazy moves and see how he copes once his eyes and ears start confusing his brain.
This is a very unpleasant sensation. Human beings are not meant to be upside down. Yeah, upset in my stomach. The tuna sandwich! It will stay down.
Now, in a situation like this, clearly Chris's eyes can see he is moving, and the fluid in his ears is moving too. So why does he feel sick?
Oh wow, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, there are so many different movements happening at such high speed. His eyes and ears are failing to send the same messages at the same time to his brain. They're out of time with each other, and that's why he feels sick.
Uh-oh.
As we touched down, I was definitely feeling the tuna sandwich returning for revenge. I mean, at the end, I did feel sick, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I was very pleased to be back on the ground.
At least you've managed to keep your lunch down, though, Chris. But if you get travel sick, you can stop your brain getting confused. Don't look down and try looking out of the window at a fixed spot on the horizon. This will mean your eyes and ears are sending the same messages to your brain, and you shouldn't feel sick.
And now to our lab. It's time for some big body experiments. Some of them gory.
This is not for the squeamish.
Some extreme.
It's freezing!
So are you ready?
Just don't try anything you see here at home.
Today we're looking at what makes your ears pop.
So if you want to know what this is all about, keep watching.
Hi, Zand. Hi, Zand.
Ah, that's much better.
What are you doing?
Oh, what you mean with the whole thing?
Yes, the whole thing, but also the armband towel. And why are you using my heart as a drying rack?
Well, I went swimming this morning, and I dove down really deep, and then when I came up, my ears felt all blocked up, and so I thought, maybe if I just did a bit of this, I could get them to pop.
I'm glad you brought up ears popping, Zand, because today's lab is all about the very piece of body kit that enables that to happen. Today's lab is all about the amazing eustachian tube.
My second favourite part of the body, after the epiglottis.
Now, if you've ever swum down deep like Zand or been up in an aeroplane, you might have felt your ears popping or felt like they needed to pop. But why does it happen?
Well, it's all to do with keeping the pressure inside of your head the same as the pressure outside of your head in the atmosphere around you.
And to understand how they pop, take a look at this.
Wait a minute, what is this? Chris, this looks suspiciously like my goldfish tank in which live my goldfish, Dolly and Dave.
Don't worry, Zand, they've just gone on holiday for a couple of days.
On holiday? Hi, Zand. We've gone to the seaside for a couple of days. See you soon, love, Dolly and Dave. They didn't tell me they were going anywhere.
Anyway, whilst they're away, they said I could use their tank. So this side of the tank represents the middle ear, the bit just behind your eardrum. And this side of the tank represents the outside world. And the water in the tank represents air pressure. There's high pressure in the outside world and low pressure in the middle ear.
And this type of imbalance is really uncomfortable because the pressure pushes on the eardrum.
And this is where your eustachian tube springs into action.
Like this.
When you swallow or yawn, it opens up, allowing the air pressure in the middle ear to equalise with the atmosphere around you. And it connects your middle ear to the back of your throat.
But don't just take our word for it. We're going to show you where the opening to the eustachian tube is and what it looks like using this camera. I'm going to put it right to the back of my mouth, past the dangly bit.
The uvula.
Then I'll hook it over my soft palate and push it forward through my nose.
The Operation Ouch sticker, that should be the opening to Zahn's eustachian tube.
Now, we've never done this before, and I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to give it our best shot.
We can only do this because we're doctors. Right, Zahn, insert the camera. The camera's now going through Zahn's mouth. See the lab here. He's got the camera showing back at the lab. Now we're right at the back of Zahn's mouth, and that there is the entrance to Zahn's eustachian tube. That is an amazing view.
There we go. We've actually found it. Wow. And if I shine this light up Zahn's nose, it shows you where the eustachian tube is in relation to his nostrils.
What do you think, Zahn?
Oh! So now you know where it is and how it works. But what would happen if it wasn't there at all? Well, let's find out.
To the ouch roof! It's just the roof of the lab, Zahn. Ouch roof. This is an oil drum.
Yes, but for the purposes of our experiment, let's call it the middle ear. That's this bit between the ear canal and the eustachian tube.
OK, can we get on now?
Yes.
In the bottom of the drum is some water being heated by a burner and being turned into steam. This hole in the top of the drum represents your eustachian tube.
So, with the top of the drum open like this, it represents what's going on inside your ear. The eustachian tube is equalising the pressure inside the ear with the pressure outside.
But what would happen if this middle ear didn't have a eustachian tube?
Well, we're going to show you. By putting the lid on the top of the oil drum, Chris is creating the same effect as if your eustachian tube wasn't working.
We're going to cool down the outside of the drum, creating an imbalance between the pressure on the outside of the ear and the pressure on the inside.
Just like what happens when you dive down deep or land in an aeroplane.
So can you guess what will happen? Ready?
Oh! With no eustachian tube to equalise the lower pressure inside with the higher pressure outside, the drum imploded.
And that's why you need a eustachian tube. And what's amazing about this is a hard steel drum. It's not soft at all. And yet it has been completely crushed by the atmospheric pressure. So without a eustachian tube, your body wouldn't be able to equalise the pressure between your middle ear and the atmosphere.
We've shown you just where your eustachian tube is and why it's there.
Without this incredible piece of body kit, you wouldn't be able to pop your ears, equalising the pressure inside with the pressure outside.
So, now that's sorted, I'm off to see Dave and Dolly at the beach. I could use a few days on holiday. Well, haven't we got lucky with the weather? You know what I fancy for dinner? Fish and chips. I mean, chips, just chips. Only the chips. Chips is best.